a small group
of girls. Our mission was to scout
and see what was going on
around the perimeter of Bank of America Plaza. We were stopped by an older woman. She was a businesswoman. And she asked us if we were occupiers. And we told her yes. And she said thank you. Thank you so much for what you're doing. She said, I want you to know that there are so many of us at home. And we watch TV every night. And the only thing that makes us hopeful is this movement.
Our fight is not with the police. It's with the banks. When a citizen issues a citizen's arrest, that citizen holds the offender for the police until they arrive. When a corporation issues a citizen's arrest, they bring out 400 cops, Homeland Security, FBI, goes down a 4-block radius, 2 paddy wagons, and a bus.
2 police officers identified themselves to us as infiltrators. We have seen these guys at prior marches. I just want everyone to realize and remember that there are people right across the street who come over here.
While I was being carried, the cop on my left, was twisting my wrist a lot, told me that we were all a bunch of queers, and that we should man up and could finally beat our fucking asses. These cops, the ones you hate the most, are being driven crazy by nonviolence. The only way to beat those assholes is by staying nonviolent. The most important thing.
There was an elderly man. He was 92. We could not get him out of jail. Because we did not know his last name. We asked the cops to identify him because he was really elderly. But they were not helpful.
Yesterday was having the chance to be able to have a teach-in with the police. We had at least 45 minutes where they were standing there. We were able to educate them on revolution and the role that they play in revolution.
This is our fight. We must shatter the manacles of control. By reminding the police that their duty is to protect first and serve second.
I loved when all the police were lined up. And I was able to say to them, it's about time that some of you start to think about breaking ranks.
I made a friend with a police officer. His name was Officer Gonzalez. For once I saw personality. And not a badge. I thought it was beautiful. Things like this are bringing us closer together.
Things like this are bringing us closer together.
I hope one day we don't have to see them as law enforcement brothers and sisters.
In Egypt, when Mubarak was no longer able to count on the police to fire on protesters, the regime fell. When we show love to the uniform, we increase our chances of them refusing to obey orders. Martin Luther King said, hate the system, not those caught up in the system. We are all caught up in each other's humanity. I said to them, what would you guys rather have? We all order pizza and eat pizza together, or you shoot tear gas at it. I saw a couple of them who were very robotic. Crack a smile. They had their last name on their helmet. And I said, Magellan. I saw you smiling. You want pizza, don't you? And then he couldn't hold his smile in any longer. And he started to laugh. And I saw another one. Start to laugh. And that's what Mark is talking about. When he says that we humanize the situation. Because it is not us and them. It is only we. Us. And what is so beautiful about what is happening here is there is a small amount of reconciliation and healing between people and authorities that is happening. And there were police that did cry. And that is fucking beautiful.
So proud of everyone. The people on the inside. And the people on the outside. We could hear you chanting. Even in the bus.